Thank you very much. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be a recipient of this award and to be keeping such extraordinary company. I first of all want to thank all of you who are involved in making this possible, but the main thing that I want to do here is to just say how I'm inspired by the young people who are represented here, because I think that's the purpose ultimately of this foundation. And I want to tell just a brief story because Archbishop, one of my heroes, and let you know where I was when I was about your age. I'm really dating myself now, although I'm also dating the Archbishop, because back in 1979, I was a freshman in college at Occidental College in California. And I had had a somewhat rocky youth and teenage years. My father wasn't at home. I was growing up partly with my grandparents in high school. I'd gotten into trouble occasionally. It was what my mother called a good time Charlie, meaning I wasn't really serious in terms of my studies, in terms of my work. I had some awareness of the world around me, had some sense of injustice and unfairness, but it wasn't finely honed, it wasn't well developed. And I remember in 1979 arriving as a freshman and doing what freshmen do, trying to figure out what courses are and trying to change your study habits and trying to identify that food in the cafeteria, what it is. And we were visited on campus by a couple of gentlemen from South Africa who were representatives of the ANC in 1979, 1980. And they spoke about their efforts to overcome apartheid. And for about an hour, myself and a group of students, much older than we were, described the extraordinary struggles they were going through, the sacrifices that were being made. People who were enduring jail and torture and beatings because they had a sense that somehow, in a way, justice would prevail. And that brief meeting, I think, in some ways changed my life, because what it told me, first of all, was that ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they're given an opportunity. We sometimes think that our leaders have to have fancy degrees or well-educated or some public somewhere. These young men had none of those things. But what they possessed was a anger over injustice that they were able to channel in a constructive, positive way.